Hi, John.
Hello. How you doing, Dave?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Good. Do you prefer David?
People address me by either. It doesn't really matter. I think most
Okay.
people call me David. Some
Okay.
people call me Dave. So,
Okay.
yeah. How are you traveling? You're obviously making progress on the work you've been doing, project wise.
Yeah, a little bit. I'd like to share that if that's something we could do during this meeting. So,
Mm, mm. Um, well, so far it's just you and I. We shall see what happens.
okay. Okay.
Um, We yeah, our month's been interesting. Oh, a couple of months have been interesting. We've had good growth on Facebook.
Great.
That's what we've seen more than that's the platform that's growing for us more than any other.
Okay.
And I've put it down to oh,
Well,
who we got?
hi
Hey,
guys,
Lisa.
how's it going?
I'm all
Hi,
right.
Lisa.
You?
I'm okay.
That's good. Good to see you.
Cool. Where's Roz?
Is Roz coming?
I thought she might be, but yeah, maybe she will be a few minutes late. I know she had something else to do today.
Okay.
But I thought she would maybe be done it. We did see each other in church.
Okay.
So how you guys doing?
Good.
Hmm?
Cool.
Yep. It's bright and early here in the morning, so
Oh yeah, it's nighttime here, or it's not. It's the late afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
It's one of the things of working across the world, isn't it? We have to overcome our time zones. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like your coffee mug. That's real
it's
pretty.
it's cool, isn't it? I actually got given this by a friend that I worked with in a primary school.
Neat.
We shared birthdays.
Huh.
There were actually three of us at one stage had the same birthday in a primary school staff, which is relatively small. That's quite unusual.
Yeah. Oh,
So
it's a teacher gift. Do you teach
yeah,
religion or do you teach also a grade level?
I taught piano.
Oh, that's so cute.
So yeah, so I say three of us had the same birthday. So for a couple of years, we'd have a triple birthday celebration at morning tea.
I
So
was trying to learn piano, but I'm old and dyslexic, and it's difficult. Um,
okay,
I end up getting my friend Sean to help me play things
okay,
that I can't do.
okay. Yeah, look, I really enjoyed it. I did it for 14 years in Canberra. I was very fortunate at a time when I was stepping away from full-time ministry, casting around for what to do. Someone had come to me early in my time in Canberra and said, "Oh, I found played the piano," and said, "Oh, do you teach piano?" And I kept getting asked, "Do you teach piano? Do you teach piano?" I thought, okay, well, there's a market here, obviously. Um, and then the primary school that our children went to, their piano teacher retired,
Mm.
and they were looking around for someone. So I landed with three full-time days, 3 full days a week, um, plus supplementing it with at-home lessons in the afternoon, and then
Mm.
also doing a bit of casual teaching for school as well, and gradually built it up to full-time piano.
That's
And
great.
really, I loved the flexibility of working for myself. It was just wonderful. It was good.
Yeah.
Mm. Anyway, look, I think we get started. I was going to do a check-in first and just see how things are going. What you're up to, Lisa? Do you want to just say where things are at
Yeah.
and what's happening?
I'm as usual getting stuck on editing videos.
Mm,
I was going to try to drop one today so that I would have it
mm,
done to brag about. But of course I was editing it and immediately fell asleep. That's not good. But it was our home church art brunch video, which most of the editing was done in camera because I had done this incredible setup where I had 5 webcams pointing at different people's art tables, because they all had tables, these artists, and they'd go up to the podium and they'd start speaking. And I knew when I was planning this out in my head, I knew that we weren't going to be able to like drag all their art up there with them and have them still be able to speak. So I got these webcams and I stuck them. I was like really proud of it. I stuck them on these little, they're not full tripods. They're tiny. Maybe I'll have one to show you. Just a second.
Do you know what, Lisa? It would be great to see your setup. I wonder if we could do a hangout where we have a look at each other's setups or something or other.
Okay. So this is not a full tripod, right? This is
okay.
It's like a baby tripod, and you just put a webcam on the top of it. And the cool thing about it is it just folds up like an umbrella. Like there's not a huge storage problem with it. So I had 5 of these, and I had 5 webcams. I had 5 artists, and I had the different cams pointed at the artists. And the only thing that kind of costs a lot besides 5 webcams was the cords to bring them all to this computer from around the room, because I had to get long cords. And then I had a little dongle so I could have all the USBs plugged in and switch between them in the Zoom. I'm not sure if that would work in this, but on Zoom they let you can. Oh, I do have a camera button here.
Yeah, okay. You do. You could.
Yeah. So on Zoom you can switch your cameras, and I had to buy a different brand so I would have different names for them. So I have 5 webcams with different brands so that I know which one I'm switching between.
Creative.
It's just automatic. I know, like this is the kind of thing I spend lots of energy putting together, figuring out how to do that. And I think the video is coming along pretty well. It's a little dark in places, so I'm gonna have to fix a couple places, lighten it up, in post. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on today, and also trying to get Gathering Leaves videos out, because we got to sign people up for Gathering Leaves. We have 16 people signed up for Gathering Leaves. We can probably take on 50 people who, for the purpose of this event, are women traditionally. So not that we're going to be peeking up anybody's dresses, because we aren't. But yeah, so this is what I made the registration forms. Roz and I have an event with Tierkiel and my mother reading a paper by her late husband Michael David on the Divine Feminine. So we're doing the Divine Feminine. So I'm not in the room with all those decorations, but that's the other thing I make is table decorations and event decorations, because then when I film it, it looks a little better. I don't know, to have backgrounds and curtains and we're gonna do some it's cool. You can collect things to do events from thrift stores. In Bernathen, we have this really convenient one called Bats, and it's finally back up and working. And so you can get, this is a crochet hook.
Crochet hook, yep.
Not that I feel being feminine is limited to traditionally feminine arts, but we just for the purpose of this event, we might try learning some traditional feminine arts. Although I wonder, depending on who comes to it, they may probably already know and be able to school me. I know a bunch of knitting and a little bit of crocheting. I've learned to crochet flowers, and we're going to maybe crochet flowers.
Nice.
So that's gonna be fun. I like doing events. I like collecting stuff from thrift shops to do events. And we have also our brunch event upcoming. I think we're moving to the second week, so it's not going to be this first one. It's going to be the second, because Roz wants to be on the convention minister Zoom that they're having now.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Which occurs, I guess, in our former usual time, which would be the first Saturday of the month. So I think we're going to be at the second Saturday of the month, and I think this time it's going to be Marette Genslinger talking about. I can't remember. Being dyslexic, I can't remember the letters, the abbreviation for this, but it was an abbreviation, and it's sort of about coping with stress or something. I have the vague idea. I don't remember exactly. But Marette always does nice ones for us. I feel bad I haven't even gotten her first video edited, which was about not using plastic. Because it's bad for us. So, you know, how to be more environmental. But, you know, that would be a good one for me to get out because, you know, it would help save the earth. We have our video editing guy. His name is Roy, and he's also doing a bunch of editing and camera work for Bernathen in the cathedral, and I think they also have him editing some old sermons or something to take out the songs, I guess, because they don't want to put copyright songs. I solved this problem by just getting Sean to come just make up. He's my version of AI. He'll just play a little thing, but I have to feed him noodles. So it's a whole tiny musical ditties for noodles arrangement.
Sean Rose.
Yeah, Sean Rose. He's a friend of mine who's hungry and likes noodles.
It's a different version of Fiverr, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't. Honestly, both of us need to figure out how to make the finances work a little better in our lives than have previously happened, because everything is getting out of control in America of expensive, because some people voted for like the wrong person and now the economy is all up in the air. So it's not a good thing, but you know, still doing our best, shopping at thrift shops, picking up free stuff wherever possible. And yeah, so how are you guys doing?
Yeah, all right. I was going to ask you, Lisa, before we just get off what you say, your video that you're working on with your 5 webcams, it's going up on Deborah's tree, I presume.
Yeah, that one will be on Deborah's tree, and the other one I have going will be going up on the Gathering Leaves website, because I was working on another one. I sometimes do this. I find this a good way to procrastinate, is when I get frustrated on one, like to switch to a different one.
I think that's a common technique.
And then hopefully at least one of them actually happens. Roy told me an amazing thing, which is that he was able to use some AI to fix a shot. Like, you can extend shots now on Adobe Premiere Pro. If you use the AI, they have Firefly AI. And he had a shot that was vexing him where, like, we didn't have a clean, no camera angle had a good view. Like, the one that should have had a good view had somebody picking up, doing this, right? Like picking up right into the shot. Okay. That's not what we want in the shot. So, because it looks bad, see, because I'm drinking and you guys are like, put the cup down, lady. That looks gross. Stop making the slurpy sounds. So he said he was able to like extend the part where she wasn't lifting the thing into the shot. So we may be able to like make these little tweaks and improve the production values of our
Mm.
ridiculous, goofy little things. But I love it. I love it. Was that your question? No. What did you ask me?
Well, I was just asking about, when the video is going up. I'd really be interested to see the results of 5 webcams in the way you're describing and how that's come out. So
I believe me, Roz would just love it if I would put up videos and post it on the Swedenborg social media site.
yeah.
And I know I've left enough comments on other people's videos that people like, I wanna critique her video. She leaving all this bad stuff on my video.
I'd be really interested to see it. And actually, it just made me think as well. It'd be nice to see different setups. What's the equipment that we've got that we're using on a regular basis? I think I'd be just fascinated in that in itself. I know I've been up to Brisbane and helped them with theirs a bit. I've seen Howard's, but to see some others, I think would be kind of interesting too. So I've just taken a note of that for another time.
Maybe you could make like a hangout where we bring all our gear. Mine is downstairs in a cabinet, so I would have to know in advance that I was bringing it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, well, I'll put it on the agenda for maybe next time. Let's see how we go.
Cool.
Is that?
Cool.
As far as we're going, I was just saying to John before you got on the call, Lisa, that our Facebook page is what's growing. It's grown in the last couple of months.
Congrats.
Which is great, and I think I attribute it to doing direct uploads to Facebook rather than taking people off platform all the time to YouTube. So we've been streaming to both YouTube and Facebook for some time, but now what I'm doing also is using my Restream account to publish some of the standalone videos direct onto the Facebook page. And so in April we grew by 11%. In May we grew by 13%, which is huge numbers really for us. I mean, I'm only sitting at just over 500 what do they call them, followers at the moment, but still, to grow something like 60 followers in a month
is a big deal.
Pretty outstanding. So
that's pretty awesome.
Keep doing that. And YouTube's kind of plateaued a bit, and I'm very suspicious now of Google advertising. I basically bought 1,000 bots. Basically, that's the way that I look at it. And then once the money dries up as well, the subscriptions suddenly dried up, and so we've, even the regular subscriptions have kind of plateaued, as though they're not pushing the stuff out as much. Now, I don't know whether there's a causal relationship there or not, but I think I look at a different advertising strategy, I think. So,
I'm laughing because we got extra views because it turns out you can view your videos through the TV, through the Roku. I don't know if you guys have a Roku. If you just view YouTube through Roku without signing in, it'll be like continue as a guest. You can watch your own videos and put them up with put up the views, but I would normally not do this. I had a cat that had to be fixed, and she had to spend time after she completed surgery in a cage. And my dad, whose cat it is, was sad and wanted me to put on some TV that would help the cat. And so we found that they make these videos on YouTube that are like birds and squirrels and things like that. Cats are very interesting. Like the cats just watching it go back and forth. It's just ridiculous. but they're basically nature videos, and they're soothing, and it's hilarious because me and Roz had made a bunch of nature videos. So after, I thought some of the bird ones were a little too exciting for the cat because she was, she's supposed to be recuperating. So I put on some of the ones we made for Roz. I said, Roz, our views of this meditation videos are going to climb, but it's not because somebody's so interesting. But I may tag them as cat videos now because, I think they didn't have birds in them, and they were a more calming mix. So that was one of my experiments, was seeing if your cat will watch your YouTube videos.
Calm your cat.
Calm your cat with nature videos. Well, because those meditations are just nature scenes, and animals like them.
Yeah. So other things going on for us. One of our big challenges is organization, in that, we've got a physical premises. We have an aging worshiping congregation. And so there's some uncertainty around our future governance. And so we're doing things like looking interstate and looking overseas potentially for directors. And that's an ongoing thing. So I came into the job knowing that was going to be part of it. So that's ongoing work. And then the latest thing I've been doing is my chats with Martin Pennington.
Yes.
Thanks, Lisa, to your, you made the comment about finding your Jonathan Rose when I had that AI offsider in some of his Roz.
Roz.
Hey.
So so I spoke to Martin just off, just because I happened to be speaking to Martin, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'll be in on that." So yeah, we've got another one coming up at the end of the week. We're going to do so.
That's really great. I'm really
fun.
happy for you. I definitely think the format of people having a conversation about anything is more interesting than a lot of channels seem to be doing the like AI voice and AI everything, and I just find it so strange. I often click away from that kind of video because I don't like them.
Yeah.
But also, about the age thing, I was thinking that there are so many topics. I don't know to what extent the general church goes in or your church in Australia goes all in on the conjugal love book, but I guess the general church spends a lot of time on it. But what's interesting to me is that they haven't done anything about this. If you go on Netflix, you can find a movie called Adolescence, which is about a crime committed by a teenage boy because he gets rejected by a girl in high school, and he unalives her, unfortunately. And I was thinking, like, there is so much toxic stuff on YouTube and BitChute and TikTok aimed at like young boys and teenage boys about how to get women and and I'm like, why don't Swedenborgians make something aimed at this set of guys so that they're not hearing stuff like, 80% of the women are only ever going to want 20% of the men. Like, I know this is a strength, or a thing the church considers a strength, is like its ability to have marriages and support marriages. Like, maybe you could get a bunch of people to talk about that, how they got married, and if they look funny looking or something, so that it would give these guys like an idea, like, you don't have to be the most popular kid, or like if you aren't, you're not completely doomed. You don't have to kill people. Like, it's gonna work out. I feel like that would be a good message for young guys in particular to hear, because they seem to be getting a lot of, I don't know if you guys know who Andrew Tate is.
Yes, I know the name. Yeah.
But he's like the worst possible person. If I had a son, I don't have a son, but if I had one, I would not want him talking to my boys. So I feel that's an area where Swedenborgianism, you asked about clickbait titles. So, and I was thinking, you know, how to get the girl or something, like you're going to get 10,000 videos, 10,000.
Okay. Interesting idea. We'll chase that one down, I think. Roz, we were just checking in. Do you want to go next?
Oh, okay. I don't know what Liz checked in about Deborah's tree, but okay, one thing I'm feeling good about is I finally got the 4K downloader app for downloading it. Liz doesn't know I did this. So I can download the videos from our ministers that are on YouTube and then upload them to our channel, because that's
right. Okay.
It's always bothered me that it's just me on our YouTube channel right now. I mean, for the spiritual reflections, but we've got really good messages from by now about 6 other ministers. So I downloaded that. I got the app. I think I got a free version. I don't even remember. I may have paid a little bit for it. I forget, but it obviously doesn't stick in my memory. So if I did pay, it wasn't that much. Anyway, so I experimented with it and uploaded a meditation, like a mindfulness meditation video from one of our ministers onto Instagram. And I have, now I've been able to do that. Oh, I know. Okay. What I had been doing is for Facebook, just uploading from, the link from YouTube for their videos, which I've learned from this esteemed group will not help with promotion, because Facebook doesn't like you to promote YouTube videos. So I think a couple of in the last couple of weeks, I've uploaded to Facebook. Like I've downloaded to my computer, to Facebook. I can't say that I've seen any difference in the numbers of views.
Okay.
I haven't done a lot of research into that, honestly, but nothing is obviously comes to mind. I'm just realizing now that this week, Pastor Kelly Milne uploaded a video probably straight from YouTube. And I don't know, I don't want to take it down and then replace it, but maybe I should ask the 3 other ministers that are doing this, like, just leave it on your YouTube channel and let me capture it and post it so that we can get, more visibility for our videos. And then I've got many videos to go back that were posted on our website and on Facebook, and to get them onto our YouTube channel. So a thought that I had was, like, maybe, because we do spiritual reflections on Friday and we do excerpted inspirations, which are a text thing, on Wednesdays. So maybe on Mondays, I'll just schedule or just go in every Monday, whichever way works out better, to get this backlog of YouTube videos from YouTube from our previous other ministers. Am I making any sense? Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
You want to get videos off the Deborah's Tree website page into Facebook?
Well,
or
no.
No. Or you want to get them off the Deborah's Tree YouTube onto Facebook?
I was thinking onto, I see. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to put them onto our YouTube channel so that our YouTube channel's got more content.
Yeah, so these are existing on other channels, and you're wanting to download and pop them up on Deborah's Tree. Yeah.
And
what are we allowed to download? Are we allowed to pop other people's videos that other people have on their YouTube channel onto our YouTube channel?
Now that I can download them.
Or are we going to get copyright strike for taking people's videos?
Only if they have issue with it. You've got to get permission. That's
okay.
The thing,
got to get permission, which I already have permission, because we're sharing it already on Facebook and all.
I was thinking
I think there's a complication with that, though, because I think I did try to. Anyways, I'm excited that I've started with this technology and that hopefully we'll be able to get the content that our other ministers have created that's on their own individual YouTube channels, like consistently with Deborah's Tree on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere from, do you know what I'm saying? From Deborah's
Yeah.
Tree, not from their own individual, because that will hopefully
We'll just
Yeah.
have more things on there now.
we'll have more things, but if it's definitely on Facebook, they'll be promoted more by Facebook if they're not linked to YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, Roz, just to interrupt. One of the things that seems interesting to me, given what you're talking about, is I wonder what happens when you take someone else's video from a YouTube channel and then upload it to your channel. What actually happens there? What I think happens is that they will get an alert to say, hey, someone's copied your video. And then it's up to them, the creator, whether they initiate a YouTube strike or whatever. But I wonder, that might be an interesting experiment to carry out, for you to grab a video, and I'm happy for you to do it from my channel as an example, pop it up there and see, so we see what happens. So we actually know the process that goes on.
well, I've already done it to onto Facebook and then onto Instagram, downloading and to my computer and then uploading it. What I can do is go back to those two creators that I've done that process and say, did you get any notification?
Well, they won't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I would say on the same platform. I'm talking because YouTube obviously will know the material that's on the YouTube platform in a way that it won't know what material is on Facebook. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they run the same system, so they're able to identify
An exact duplicate
an exact duplicate of the same video.
That's what I thought.
From YouTube to Facebook, but they're two different.
No,
YouTube
from
to YouTube to YouTube. So Julie's channel on YouTube to your channel on YouTube.
And that, and you think that might be a strike?
Well, what I think happens is YouTube will alert the original creator,
right,
and ask them in some way, and I don't know how that happens, but ask them, is this a problem? Do you want to start some sort of process? It will be interesting to know what that process is.
Right.
Yeah, I know when there's a music thing, often they give you an option to give all the revenue from your video to the people whose music is on your video, which is not, I mean, we don't have revenues from our videos usually because we don't have enough of a following, I think, to be part of an affiliate program or anything. But I did used to think that that you could get in trouble for copying a person's whole video, but that's a good question. Like, if you have permission, can you not get in trouble? That is a question that I want to know the answer to.
Well, I
think the answer is yeah. It has to be yes.
Right.
As in, you could do it. And it would hang on whether the person gives you permission or not.
Yeah.
I've Googled it and it said, yeah, you can do it, but you should only do it if you have permission. When I've Googled it, I haven't heard, and watch out because they could do something to you. Like, I haven't heard that, but maybe that's what's implied by you need to have their permission. But I think experimenting is a great idea, but I'd rather experiment with Renee or somebody who's already, and just say, okay, Renee, let me know. I'm about to do this. Let me know what happens. And please don't ask for a strike because we need to not be hurting each other.
Yeah, we should probably definitely warn them. Like, if you get a communication that seems weird to you, it's us.
Just tell us what it is. We're really interested to know what it is. What's the process from the original creator's end?
And it's Gabriella Cahaley was the creator of the meditation video that I put up, and so I could ask her. Oh, and by the way, I put this on Instagram, and also a couple Renee and whatever,
Mm.
have you heard anything from Facebook or from Meta about the things that I've posted? Well, have you guys ever posted on Off the Left Eye that you know of, John, or on any of your channels, David? Have you ever put up videos from somebody else?
No.
It's all been, yeah. Which I mean, I say it's from somebody else, but it's really people in our group that are, creating.
What I do know is that even if I play a song in church, right, it's me playing, the system says, I know this tune and it's copyright. And then it says, but it will give you options like, trimming it out and that sort of thing. Or say something like, but the creators allow it to be used on YouTube or whatever. And that's true of a recording as well, a commercial recording, the same sort of thing. I don't use a commercial recording. I've got a guy he's an Australian guy who lives in Sweden who writes really great music, which I use for the start of our service. And he has a thing where he doesn't mind you using it as long as you put the correct attribution on the description. And so he's got a bot basically that looks for that attribution. So whenever the music comes up in the system, it alerts him or his bot. The bot goes looking for the attribution. And if it's there, it's not a problem. If it's not there, he'll place a copyright notice on it. So he's got it all automated. So from
I guess
that,
you have
so
to
that's
when you're a musician.
yeah. Well, he's purposely doing it for free. He just wants to be acknowledged. That's all. He's actually a PhD scientist guy. Does all sorts. He just happens to write music as well. So yeah. Anyway, John, we need to give you airtime, mate. Sorry, I left you to the end because I'm really interested to hear what you have to say and give you a bit of space and time to talk about your project that you're up and doing.
Great.
So go for it, mate.
Thank you. I will say that I know that You Are the Lungs is our biggest video on Off the Left Eye. And that got on the Dr. Oz show, and that caused all sorts of problems with legal things. It kept getting, our version kept getting blocked. Finally, we worked it through with the Dr. Oz show, but
your version got blocked.
Yeah.
As the original creator.
Because, Oz has got a lot of, their lawyers have a lot of, they didn't mean to, but it all happened. And so, and I don't remember the details well, but I'm just telling you, I know we've had that and other ones too, that had that similar thing where a video got on something else and then there was issues showing it on our own platform after that. So somehow the system made an assumption that because you're a smaller channel, you must have copied the bigger. That seems nuts to me. But anyway, well,
sometimes people can report videos too.
Yeah.
So sometimes the followers of the bigger channel may be a little bit dumb. Doing that to you. So
Matthew knows about this. So this is my son Matthew here.
Nice.
Hi Matthew.
Well, I know it's because Dr. Oz is a TV show, and so that all the content gets fed into this machine that then searches the web for that content, then takes it down. It's the fact that it was on TV, not necessarily the size of the channel or anything. If you're re-uploading videos from someone else on YouTube, as long as it's not part of some copyright, you're not going to have a problem. It's really the copyright, not the anything else.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
good to have experts right there in your living room when you need them.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you can stay mad or just whatever you want to do, but happy to have you sit down. But so I am working with Matthew on this project, this 100 Off the Left Eye. Let me just try to go to you on the screen. So luckily, Curtis.
Now we can see neither of you.
Oh, really?
I can see both. I can see both. Hang on. What I'm going to do.
It's all right. It's fine. We know that.
Yeah. So we got this 100 Off the Left Eye project, and Curtis has said I could team up with Matthew, and so that's awesome for me. Matthew has done some programming to reach out into the channels and gather your data, the stats that are available to the world. So it automatically goes out and grabs that. And so we've done that for everybody's station. And then, the thing we want to do is see change over time. So we did it in May. And so May of next year, we'll do it again. And so we can make, instead of bar graphs, we can make line graphs of changes over time. So we've sort of set a baseline. And all this is documented. So David created a public resource for us, folder, right, David?
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone's aware of that, but there are a few files in this public folder that David's created for us, and one of them is this presentation. I'm going to try to share on my screen. Let me see. Go back here. Now let me share my screen, because this is what I really want to give an update on. Sorry for the dog noises, if you can hear that.
Have you found
No, it's not
100?
too bad.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I probably could if that's all I concentrated on, because it's amazing how many people are doing stuff. So let's see, I'm probably getting all sorts of feedback here. Let me get to the video. So you seeing my presentation here now?
100 Off the Left Eyes. Yep.
Yep. So I'll make it larger. Let's see. Where do I go? I'm sorry. I'm so new to this world of Google. I'm a guy who's been in the working world, and I know all the the other stuff. What's that called? Like Teams, Microsoft stuff. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So let's see. Where do I turn it into a screen? So that's probably a view slideshow. Okay. So probably better if you could see it. Okay. So can you see that better now?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, all
So
good.
this is what I'm going to be presenting to the CEO of the foundation. That's Carl Godlove and Curtis. And then also probably Tim Bilger, who's like the guy trying to raise funds. And it'll be in 2 weeks. But that doesn't matter that much, because I don't think they'll have that much to say. But really what we want to do is talk to you guys about, we would like to talk to you about your channels individually, and we want to do that coming up soon. But I'll show you the sort of the background here. So we can skip this slide. It's just, you can look at it later. It's on the site, but and this is just a bunch of verbiage. But if you're interested in that, I was starting to think about branding. Like, okay, this is to this is to the higher ups right now at Off the Left Eye, but it's also for us to, like, I'd love to see us with people see these different creators who are interested in Swedenborg and trying to support the Swedenborg message. If we could have some kind of a brand that made us look somewhat in common. And I was thinking mostly of something simple, like whenever we share a Swedenborg quote, we did it consistently. And that we kind of encourage each other to share Swedenborg's quotes in a similar manner. So I kind of documented what we've done a little bit. This isn't even consistent and Off the Left Eye, but I'm trying to create a standard and a brand. So that's just not that important, but this is something I want to talk to Curtis about and those guys. And I want you guys to think about it too. So anyway, this is a thought. You get a nice Swedenborg quote. You always see Emanuel Swedenborg, and you say something about the book and the numbers. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. And then maybe we could ask, this is a big ask, but if we could have on your end cards that you had a couple of, at some point in your end cards, maybe you can only do 2 or 3 videos. I don't know. We're asking too much, but there's one video that's done really well that Matthew made. It's called "Who Was Swedenborg and What Should I Read?" And so, like, having that as one of your end cards, just in case you find that you want to kind of work with Off the Left Eye, and the foundation, because hopefully we can bring you some advantages. So we want to make this where we each get something out of the relationship, or we help each other. That's what I should try to say.
Sure.
Yeah. So, this is the ones I've looked at personally. Mostly this is from Dave, your spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm focused on YouTube. And so this just there's 100 squares here available. And you see there's about 30 right now here. And Matthew and I have gone through maybe 8 or 9 of them. But to get some critique of the site so that we could maybe give some helpful feedback to you guys if you're interested. So, so what we did though was try to focus our efforts into sites based upon some type of analysis. So because we can't go through all 30 of them, so we have to have some kind of order. That's what I'm trying to say. So we did create some kind of organized order for us to start to look at them. And it takes Matthew and I like an hour to go through 2 of them, or about 2 an hour is what the pace we're doing it. As far as looking at the channel, looking at what's most popular, looking at what's going up lately, and so we gathered some stats. This is Matthew's tool that grabbed these stats, and this is a little hard to read here, so I got the top ones. And this is total views, and so there's Swedenborg Community of Victoria right there. So that's kind of nice. So we go to the next one, and subscribers, and then we have videos. I thought that would be interesting to know how many videos too. And some churches have tons of them, but you have pretty many. You're a mixture, right, David? Church stuff. Yeah. It's all church oriented, but you also have an effort you're doing to reach the wider world, as I see it from your videos. Yeah. So you have a mixture of church services plus your own stuff there. So anyway, so these are some of the numbers we used. And how do we use those numbers? This is me and Matthew being nerds, especially me, because I wrote this equation, but I felt like I needed an objective way to put things in some kind of priority, so we can get started on things that we think. And this might bother people, but it's just something I feel I needed to do to help organize this effort for ourselves. And we waited. Okay, so we have Swedenborg promoted. This is obviously a big thing to the foundation. Is the person who's doing, is the channel driven, and how are the numbers? So we made the number weighted least. Is it Swedenborg promoted? Is Swedenborg being promoted and driven is higher weighting, but the numbers play a role. So, and then we had just low, medium, high on the scoring. I'm getting a little lost here. If this going into this equation that we have down here, and it does not. I don't need to show you this equation or anything, but if you're ever interested, this is how we handled the number side. It's not just straight numbers. So anyway, we use this to order the people, and this is how things have come out so far. It doesn't show them all, but shows most of the 30. And I don't want to be a numbers game, but this is more than numbers. So we got, Swedenborg promoted, driven kind of stuff in here, plus the numbers. And we made an overall score for us so that I can talk to, the Swedenborg Foundation people with some kind of order to it. And so, right, yours coming right at the top, Dave, you and Howard Thompson, because we see that you're definitely promoting Swedenborg directly. Like we see quotes from Swedenborg. You mentioned Swedenborg, and we like that because we're Swedenborg Foundation. So it may be not what everyone wants to do. We talked about that in previous discussions, I think, in this creators meeting here. But it's definitely what I know Curtis is trying to get. We're trying to get like a brand. We want to get Swedenborg launched into the world. We're trying to get us all kind of helping that effort. And so we made that a pretty high importance. So it's 0, 1, or 2 is the score for these. And then driven just means, are we seeing someone who's experimenting, trying to improve, working on their stuff all the time? And so we did that. And I apologize if anyone gets bothered by any numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like we need to upload some more videos or something.
Yeah. So please don't take it personally. It's just we're trying to order things. So but I do think it's good for you to see, like, you know, from our perspective, what it is that we value. And so it's not that that's what you have to value, but it just gives us
that is my question, is what is the purpose of having this chart? Are you going to hand out grants? Are you going to...
You know, I don't know yet.
Sorry, I'm trying to mute, but I can't find the mute button.
Down the bottom, you've got a little microphone button.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it may go to something like that. I haven't gotten in front of management yet to find out what's available. I don't think, you know, I think the thing that's the most limited is resources, right? People, not money resources, but people. So at Off the Left Eye, we've got a lot of things being launched, new channels being launched. People are very busy, but I think there is some money. And I think Matthew is a huge talent here that we can work with. Matthew is a contractor for the foundation group, and he's probably the primary resource that you would be able to work with. You know, that's part of the carrot, I would say.
Oh, okay. So technical support from your best guy there. And
yes.
Okay.
But I think I would also not only have technical support, but I would be able to also, for people who are interested and willing to work with us here, I would probably also get someone like Chris Dunn, who is the genius behind our titling and our reach into the world on what titles will really reach the world on videos. So I would also be able to get access to Chris Dunn. I would also be able to get access to Curtis, because he said he works for me on this project, which is kind of fun. So if one of you guys wanted to talk to Curtis, I could get him to do that. So those are a couple of carrots, a few carrots that we have there. And there's probably others that you also might be interested in too, but those are some good names there. So this is my State of the Union thing. You know, we see 3 really active content creators. There's Corey from the Swedenborgian Church, and David and Howard. Todd Weiswinger's got some really good stuff, but he's inactive. You know, New Church Live and the new church, they're called the General Church New Jerusalem. They're dabbling right now. They're getting into the game, but they're dabbling. They're not doing much, but they're doing some. And then the foundation itself, not Off the Left Eye, but the foundation has also got a channel, and someone's coming online, sort of dabbling there too right now. And then the future thing is John Rose's Spirit and Life. We think that's going to do a reboot, and that could really do well. So those are sort of our thing. Really want to have a conference for creators. That's something that Curtis called me about and is excited about. So like trying to have a weekend where we get people together. And my idea is that we take the top 2 or 3, and we do this like each year, each half year, whatever. And we make them the focus of the weekend. And we try to do like a home makeover, like take your video, get us into our studio, get you a new add to your jingle, add a jingle, all sorts of creativity around your channel, and just have fun seeing over a weekend if we could create a short. That's just my idea. So just
okay.
But I would like to have sessions with top creators, and that's really what Matthew and I would like to do. So right now, Dave, you know, we want to talk to you. We want to schedule a time, and because we've also done some work looking at you different people in different channels. So we have this chart is sort of background and all that stuff. But we have a page 2 on top 10 here. And we have our what we see, our situation appraisal of what we see in your channel. I don't know if I'm running out of time here, but so we've done a little situation appraisal, what we see your present status is, some specific feedback, and I hope that things don't bother anybody, but I'm really capturing what Matthew said as quickly as I can type. So so this is what you'll see here. And so, yeah, and then I go on to the next one, spiritual shorts, same thing, page 2.
Yep.
You are spiritual sunshine. This is Corey. He's got a video. He's got a video that's got a couple 100,000 views, where it's just him talking. He's just got he's got charisma or something. He doesn't have anything besides, and he could just use like a little hints, like he's got. His camera, his lighting is not very good. It's just a little couple things he could do, and he could maybe do much better, even though he's doing pretty good. So, Spirit and Life, we have the page 1 and page 2. The new church, which is general church, they really have they've gone to these new videos where they're just two guys interviewing each other. The background on the walls got the paint all chipped up. The lighting's terrible. They like it shines on their bald spots, and it's like they just need a couple tweaks and they could do better. But they really don't talk about Swedenborg. Like, that's another thing. It's like I want to give my kick in the pants, because that channel had videos like 1.5 million views on a year ago. So they got potential, but they've gone down to where they're getting like 100 views at the most. It's really more like 10s and 20s. And I don't know, we just want to talk to them a little bit. So there's this group that's all Swedish in Sweden. I can't understand what they're saying, so I didn't spend much time on that. But they have they have really professional. I met this guy, and because I went to Sweden last year, and I love what they're doing. They're very professional, but yeah. Anyway, so I've really enjoyed looking at everyone's site. And getting a little bit familiar with it. Sometimes we've critiqued and sometimes we haven't gotten that far yet. But that's what's on the site there. Of course, we could just look at, I don't know what I said about Deborah's tree. Maybe I didn't have any extra. I didn't. So we haven't really gotten to yours yet. So yeah. So that's what's going on. So what we really want to do is work with anyone who's willing to work with us and see if we can work with you to move the needle in any way, in ways that you're willing to do, in ways that you're with an expertise of some expertise from Off Left Eye, but it's really just a matter of can we over time move the needle, and not for just the sake of numbers, but for the sake of reaching the world. So. Yeah.
I am impressed with some of the Off the Left Eye animations. I think Are You the Lungs had one.
Yeah, that's all Matthew. That's all Matthew.
Like I would love to attend a seminar on how he did that, because that I think would really improve more than like standardizing fonts. If someone has an animation that makes me sit up and be like, oh, there's some production value in there.
Yeah.
Because I know those do take time to put together.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, I remember the vacation that he did that with Curtis. We were up at the lake in Grand Bend, Canada, and Matthew was just starting, and Curtis were just starting to work together, and he put that together with Curtis on a vacation. Just amazing skill. Because he went to film school. In high school, he won a bunch of film awards. He paid for his film school through the awards he won in high school. So he's got talent. He's got talent, and he's very picky, which is good. He'll find problems with everybody. Like he's got all sorts of critique for Off the Left Eye. So, so don't think anything with too much. Don't get hurt by anything. But he'll just say what he feels. But anyway,
I mean, at
I
the
mean, I
end of the
don't know
day,
that
it's
we have
useful.
anything we need to
Mm.
animate with a video, but they just look very cool, and I think it would be a good generator of interest.
Mm.
Matthew yesterday said in the hot tub that it's scary what AI can do right now on videos. Like he says, it is there. The only thing that's off is the voice. The voices are weird, but right now he says that you could create animations and you could create incredible stuff. He's into this, the AI tools for video creation. So.
Mm.
Yeah, they just recently gave us access to Firefly on Adobe, so I've been playing around in there more because their AI, it seems to have some good things, but also some bad things that are different from, I guess I had the Mid-Journey one before, which was free, you could use. And at that time, I found like it took as much time to generate one as it would just, like, it'd just be easier for me to paint a picture. Because we were using them, or I was trying to see if I could use them for excerpted inspirations. But the new Adobe ones, I think are quite good. I think probably that is gonna be more useful. Not that I don't love the photos and stuff. We have a lot of different sources for art for excerpted inspirations, because we have people in the home church community like Paige and Linda who like making art and like taking pictures. So luckily it's not all on me. But yeah, AI is looking pretty spiffier. The new one anyway. I'm like, oh.
So Matthew can help the content creators. We can help you understand what technology is needed and how to use that. If that's something that we find works for you and works for your channel. So, right now I'm anxious, or I'm excited to help. And Dave, we're going to try to use that site you set up. I always forget the name. Looks like a PlayStation toy. The thing you just set up for us. Someone on your team, right? I got it here.
The drive, the Google Drive, is that?
No, it's here. I got it. It is Discord.
Discord server.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Thinking that's where we would communicate. Does that make sense, David?
Yeah, I haven't used one of those before either, so I was like, well, I'm here. I don't know how to do anything, but
did you get in?
Yeah, I think I got in.
You got in? Okay.
So
yeah.
I thought we could break the ice with that tool. For me, I have no idea how to use it, never used it before. But maybe we could have a session, Dave, with you on that. I don't know what it does or how it works, but
or what the advantage is over Facebook. And I assume it's like a board for posting messages.
Yeah, that's right. And there's voice channels and that sort of thing. It's often used by gamers to communicate while they're gaming.
Yeah.
There's a guy, he goes by Logonaut, Trent Appleman, I think his name is, and he introduced me to it, and he runs a new church Discord, which is quite interesting. So so there's an Australian one, an Australian Discord, and then I think it's Joel Duckworth has set up an international one as well. John, I notice you're on the international one, but I don't see your name there, Lisa.
Oh, really? I know I clicked on the link to look at it, and I was
like, you're probably on the Australian one, maybe?
Oh, maybe I am. Yeah, I don't know. I just clicked the link that was on the Facebook page.
I found.
I believe.
Okay.
Maybe it's the wrong one.
What I'll do is I'll stick up. I'll put another one up now. Is it going to do it?
To the international one or to
the international one?
Oh, right.
Hang on. No. What am I doing? I'm looking for this just while I think of it. Sorry, guys. Yep.
Yeah, anything
Right.
that's on that Facebook group page, I'll probably end up clicking on eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just popped that up.
Thank you.
And yeah, it seems a reasonable sort of place to post messages. So you can post to the whole group, or you can do one-on-one chats and things as well. So there's lots of things you can do with it. I don't spend a great deal of time on it these days, but if I've got a reason to be there, then that works.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
I do have one other thing to report or whatever.
Yeah, Ros, go.
The Council of Ministers for the Swedenborgian Church is meeting at the end of June, and they've given me a 10-minute slot to talk about Swedenborg's social media network.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, how fun.
Wonderful.
So tell me, just email me if you want, like specifically what you'd like me to say, the basic message. It exists, and if you're a content creator streaming your services, you can be part of this. Come to the Hangouts and learn things. Come to the conference, whatever. I mean, that's basically what I was going to say. But yeah.
Point people to the Facebook page. Give them the Discord server invite as well if they're interested in that. There is a YouTube channel which doesn't have much on it, but I mean videos like I'm recording this and I pop that up on the YouTube channel and then put a link on the Facebook group as well. So
cool.
Yeah, so because working across the world, it's hard for everybody to get here at the right sort of time. So and I've put a few technical videos and things, and this is how I've done that up there too. Not that, but it doesn't get there's not a lot of material up there. And it is intended to just really be for us. It's not rather than be a public face of, we're not there to promote Swedenborg. We're there to talk about tech stuff for the network. So yeah, there's those sorts of resources there. John, you asked me about working. I'm actually going on holiday on a week today. And I'll be away through until 27th of June.
Have fun.
Oh, Alice Springs. Never seen Alice Springs before.
Oh, so. That's Alice for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much. So
you're going to see everything, because I was there for 3 days for a time. Are you sorry? This is a little side chat, but are you going to be seeing Tim and Chris?
We're staying with Tim and Chris.
Oh, right, because Tim is the best tour guide of Alice Springs and Northern Territory ever. Oh my goodness!
Okay. I'll have to show some photos.
Oh yeah, you will.
And Uluru, we're going to Uluru as well. So,
oh yes, yeah, Uluru's awesome. Are you going to? I'm sorry, I know this is. But anyway, are you going to be staying overnight there or anything to see the sunset and all of that, or just a day? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a cycle tour and all sorts of things. So, anyway, enough of holiday speak. It's all good. Look, I think we've probably spent enough time now. We've done a good hour. Thanks, John.
Have we covered your agenda items?
No, we haven't at all, but that's okay.
Ross, did you have anything quick to say about clickbait?
No.
Titles? No. Oh,
I don't use them. I mean, I haven't really given it much thought. I just have very boring titles for our videos, and it's just really different for our spiritual reflection videos, because I have 4 different creators. I mean, it's going to be hard to sort of corral everyone to get the same standards. And Gabriella intentionally doesn't mention Swedenborg because she's doing mindfulness meditation videos. So it's about that. It's not about, things like that. But so clickbait, no, I have nothing.
What was the other topic? It was clickbait and
on the engagement
pods. Are engagement pods a cult? I don't know. I've seen these very unflattering things like, are engagement pods still relevant in 2022? I was like, that's an article that came up when I searched on what they were. And I was like, well, gee, like, do people think these are over? Have they been compensated for by social media sites who think there's something scammy to them? I don't know. I've only just begun researching them.
Okay.
So, you know, but I did wonder, like, I get the end card thing. Are we trying to like get people to sign on to the dotted line? Like, you're gonna leave this many messages and watch that many videos of all these other people's videos, or like, is there going to be eventually some minimum standard for participation in the engagement pod, or not? I don't know. I was trying to figure out if that was what we were joining, or if we're just an international Swedenborgian content fan club.
And I think it's probably more like the latter.
Cool.
And a way of encouraging existing church members who already have buy-in to go explore the new church content creation world, see what's out there. I think, you know, find 1 or 2 channels that you really enjoy, subscribe and watch their videos. Kind of, I think that's kind of as simple, because you can't have some person like, I mean, you've been all over the place, mate. You know, you've been watching this video, that video. I notice you post up on Facebook, and all this sort of stuff. But you know, the average Joe will, you know, want 1 or 2 channels that they follow, and they want to enjoy the content. I think that's the thing. Go find content you enjoy and support it. That kind of is what I had in mind.
Yeah.
But then if you go to the extent of having a group identity, really trying to push the idea of following people's videos, that's another level to it, which, well, yeah, may or may not be desirable. Yeah.
Okay.
What I will say about titles is these days, what I'm doing title wise is I use my Descript subscription, which has its own AI engine, which will do things like suggest 10 titles for a video. It will write a YouTube description. So I do that, and it usually comes up with a good title. And then the other thing is I've dabbled with a group called vidIQ, and they sit on your YouTube channel and they will grade your titles and tell you, oh, this is a good title or it's not a good title. And because I don't have a paid subscription at the moment, it will give me 1 title a day where it will suggest it, recommend, you know, 5 titles to try graded. Now, what I do note is that it likes the Descript titles. Occasionally, it will suggest what it thinks are a better title, and sometimes I will use that. But generally, it seems that the Descript subscription does a pretty good job. And I'm at the point where I think I'd start recommending Descript as a useful tool, both in terms of a way of editing. It did the AI thing, if you want to dabble in AI stuff. So all the AI stuff I've produced has been Descript, and then it does the titles and the YouTube description if you want. Yeah, it does a lot of stuff for a single subscription.
That's
so
cool.
It looks like value for money to me.
How much is it?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I think I looked at I'm not sure. I was looking at like the least expensive subscription, and I think it was like $40 a month, which we are running a bunch of subscriptions because we have Adobe and other things. So at the time when I looked at it, I was like, I'm not sure if this would be something I would want to stack, because like I'm already trying to learn all this other stuff. If I would want to stack it on top of these other things that me and Roy have been trying to figure out. But if I, you know, it's another thing where if there were some kind of event where people were showing off their favorite software or something, I would definitely go sit through a tutorial of it and see if, yeah.
A plan for whatever. Hang on, I can only read part of it.
Is that the
Whatever
right
you
thing?
create, yeah.
Yep.
So,
$16 a month.
oh, 16.
Yeah.
Gosh, why did I get 40? I don't know.
Well, it's per person per month, 16.
Okay. Maybe I was thinking me and Roy. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe I was
did
looking
you-
at the other one. There were two softwares you showed us last time. One was Descripted, one was
Oh, what did I show you?
the one that helps you upload things to everything.
Oh, Restream.
Restream. Maybe maybe that was the
So
one.
so we live stream. It's a multi-platform live streaming, but it also allows us to upload a video to it and schedule it to send out to the different platforms at the same time.
Maybe I was looking at that one and thinking it was a little steep for what we do. Because we're not on tons of platforms.
Plus, the other thing I'm starting to do that now, like with it, is my conversations with Martin Pennington. So it will stream it'll stream a conversation like this. So essentially, you end up with a Zoom or a Google meeting with up to 10 participants that you can stream to multiple platforms at the same time. Zoom allows you to do it to a certain extent. Google Meet, not at all. But as I say, this Restream allows me to do that. So I could do a multi-way conversation and stream it to multiple platforms.
Yeah. We do have a Zoom subscription because a lot of people use it.
I've actually given mine up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm using Google Meet now, which is why we're meeting on Google Meet.
Okay.
And then I use the Restream for the multi-streaming. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that, I mean, it is another thought. It's a good one of showing off the software that we use. We could usefully do that. I would love to see what you guys all use in terms of editing. Yeah, whatever. So maybe we should think about that one seriously.
Yeah. I know Matthew was, wondering why your videos end up square, David, and he's like interested in your equipment and what you're doing. And
sure. Yeah. Happy to talk through all of that. The square thing's an experimentation, just to try stuff, but I'll talk about that another time. It's time for me to go and get some breakfast, so I better go and do that and let you guys get about your day or evening or whatever it is. And it's been good
nice
to chat.
To see everybody.
Yeah, same.
And
Great
we'll set something up for July.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you, David.
Hey, no worries. Oh,
No
it's only
worries.
letting me just leave. Why just leave?